Good afternoon and welcome to 1 p.m. Weekly News, where we bring you the latest news and stories on climate change and sustainability. I'm your host, Nicki Bueno, and this episode is brought to you by NextGen Clean Energy Solutions, your sustainability easy button from concept to completion. Manufacturers in 24 states, mainly led by Republican attorney generals, challenged the EPA's tighter fine particulate matter limits, fearing increased costs. The lawsuit contends that the EPA overstepped its authority by lowering the annual limits for fine particulate matter to 9 micrograms per cubic meter of air from the current standard of 12. The rule aims to prevent thousands of premature deaths yearly, affirming $46 billion in health benefits. This marks the first tightening on regulations on fine particulate matter emissions in a decade, emphasizing the EPA's commitment to reducing air pollution. Despite bipartisan concerns, the EPA anticipates improving air quality through targeted compliance plans. Meanwhile, congressional efforts to limit the EPA's regulatory authority still face division. The lawsuit underscores the nationwide debate on how to balance environmental protection and economic interests. The largest fire in Texas history occurred this February and was caused by a U.S. electric power company, Xcel Energy. The fire, known as the Texas Smokehouse Creek Fire, adds to a pattern of utility-related wildfires, signaling an urgent need for preventative measures. Gerald Singleton, representing the fire victims, asserts it's become universal because the issues they face are universal. The company, under scrutiny for inadequate equipment, disputes negligent allegations amid mounting lawsuits. Experts highlight grid vulnerabilities exacerbated by extreme weather, such as downed power lines and equipment failures. The blaze, devastating communities, emphasizes the severity of vulnerability Texas faces. Advocates urge proactive measures to mitigate future catastrophes, including power shutdowns during high-risk conditions. There is a notice of intent to sue federal regulators for failing to address dangerous PFAS forever chemicals in sludge that are contaminating farmland and endangering public health. Despite PFAS links to several health issues, the sludge, composed of human and industrial waste, is permitted as fertilizer, prompting an outcry from public health advocates. The irony is that the wastewater treatment facilities spend billions removing toxins from water, only to introduce them into farmlands through sludge. Maine's ban on the biosolid sets a precedent, highlighting the need for stricter regulation. Statistics reveal around 60% of the nation's sludge is applied to farmland, amplifying concerns about water and food contamination. The lawsuit demands that the EPA takes action to mitigate the hazardous impact of sludge on agriculture and water quality. More on this to come, so stay tuned. Despite coral reef damage that is taking place throughout the world's oceans, new research reveals rapid revitalization through restoration efforts. The study, conducted in Indonesia, demonstrates successful reef restoration by adding substrate and transplanting corals, resulting in a significant increase in carbonate production, essential for reef growth and marine life. These restored coral reefs can match the growth rate of healthy ones just 4 years after transplantation, thus providing vital habitat and coastal protection. While differences exist in the restored reefs, proactive management enhances resilience and ecosystem functions. The findings underscore the potential for coral reef restoration to thrive with climate stabilization efforts, offering hope for the preservation of these vital ecosystems. Startup companies are revolutionizing palm oil production. Using fermentation technology, palm oil alternatives are produced from yeast, offering eco-friendly solutions. While not yet approved for food, these innovations promise sustainable practices for many palm oil products. Shara Tiku, Chief Executive of B16 Biosciences, and Chris Chuck, co-founder of Clean Food Group, emphasize the urgency to combat deforestation caused by the palm oil industry. Some of the challenges for the new technology include scaling production and competing with traditional methods on price. Despite these hurdles, the technology holds potential to revolutionize multiple industries, offering alternatives for cheese, fish oils, and more. This innovation aligns well with the global shift towards sustainable practices. Those are the latest top-line stories from the sustainability universe. Please join us again next week for a new episode of 1 p.m. Weekly News.